And we have these things here. They're called stamps.
Yes.
I do not use these anymore because I use online bill paying.
Wow.
And
so, like, for every bill that you have, you basically send it somewhere else? Does someone else pay it for you, or is it your own money?
There's two different styles of online bill paying. Both use my own money.
Yeah.
And I know you're so young that Mom and Dad still pay the bill. It's okay.
Right. Did you hear that, Mom and Dad?
But what actually happens in the two styles of online bill paying, they're best explained through the two types, one of which is Yahoo Bill Pay. You receive bills at your address, and then you go online to Yahoo Bill Pay. I'll get it up here. And you set up accounts with these billers that you delineate. And you then say, okay, I just got a bill from MasterCard here, and I want to pay them $1,000. And you've already set up what their address is, what your account is, and then that bill you put in through the web, a regular old browser window, there's no software to download, that you want to pay them $1,000, and then Yahoo Bill Pay transmits that payment either digitally or through regular methods of stamps and the mail, etc., depending on how big that payee is. If it's MasterCard, obviously they have an account and they can transfer funds electronically. They debit directly from your account, so it's not an issue. You have to actually give them a voided check so that they can learn how to debit that from your account. That's Yahoo Bill Pay. I think it's $4.95 a month is the introductory fee, and that escalates depending upon how many bills you pay.
Yeah, and I think I caught on there that there are some vendors who are actually participating in the process, and those vendors, they are free, but of course if you have someone who you're paying who isn't a vendor, a qualified vendor, then you would have to pay a service fee per month.
Right, and that's to Yahoo so that they then do that mailing and what have you.
So that's one way.
That's not the way that I use, and the reason why I use a different service is because it's a different type. With Yahoo and some of the services of that same variety, the physical bills come to your address. PayMyBills.com is a different variety where you actually change your billing address to be the corporate address of PayMyBills.com. So when I go, let's see, PayMyBills.com here, what they'll do is they receive a bill, and then I get an email saying, hey, you have a bill that's due to Pacific Bell or to Visa. And then I go to their website, I securely log in. It's an HTTPS server, so I can sign in. It's all secure in there. They have my bank information. And then I can look at those bills individually. So here is an example of a bill that I have that they've scanned in. It's my garbage bill. And so,
wow.
Oh, actually, no. I had my garbage bill. This is my insurance bill. And so they'll actually physically scan it in the bill, which is a good thing because you can look at it, check out, and make sure that everything is up to snuff. There's no fraud or anything weird going on. And for me, being someone who's terrible with paper, what this does as a benefit is I never have to go through a file cabinet and try and find March's bill. It's all online. Whether I'm at work, at home, somewhere off on a trip, I can access all of that on the web. So that's the benefit that's huge in this in this direction here. Is it's so great to have that availability for everything.
Yeah, so we talked about some of the pros, obviously those being setting up the auto payments, so you don't have to worry about doing it over and over again, saving time, obviously, and of course saving on late fees because, of course, they're doing it for you, and that's a good thing. Obviously, it eliminates paper. And if that's being, well, at least from your angle, you don't have to mess with it, you don't have to file it.
Some people need paper, and I understand that, and that may not be as good a way for them to go with the Pay My Bills variety. They might want to go with the Yahoo Bill Paying so they can keep them up and
then, of course, the last one being no stamps or having to worry about cutting checks, so you don't have to reorder checks and anything. So.
Now, on the con side, the interesting part is it can be costly. As we mentioned, it's, I think, at least $8.95 with Pay My Bills as a starting point, and $5 a month, I think, with Yahoo as a starting point. There's no hard copies, which can be a problem for folks. And although setting up the accounts was a pro, it's also a con because in some cases you have to do a change of address, and setting up those accounts online can be a real hassle. So it's a pros, it's a cons. You got to figure out what your style of organization is and go with it from there.
It sounds like fun. I think I'm going to actually do it as soon as I get settled into a place.
I would never call bill paying fun, but you're a strange little guy.
And Mom and Dad apparently are paying my bills. So got to remind